Hello the internet and welcome. Today is going to be an Empties video. So for the month of June I didn't put out an Empties video because I finished two things and I didn't want to waste your time or mine filming a whole video just talking about two products. So I figured I'd skip it. Now we're doing both June and July and I have a total of 10 items that I finished, panned, completely done. And then I have 3 items that I've decided I'm done with. They're not empties, but I'm done with them for various reasons that we'll get into at the end of this video. So, let's start off with the one non-makeup item. Okay, so the first thing in my bag of empties is these makeup remover wipes. This is Equate's version of the Neutrogena, like nighttime soothing makeup removing wipes. I do like them. I do have backups. I have a whole 2-pack that's just sitting on my makeup desk ready to be used as needed. I do still enjoy these despite the fact that I've discovered micellar water and how wonderful that is. So yeah, used it up, have more, gonna continue to come back to it, and that's that. Okay, moving on to complexion products. I have 3 items that are foundation or concealer. So starting off with the one concealer, this is Ulta Beauty's Full Coverage Liquid Concealer. I love this stuff so much, especially when it comes to actually concealing things. Like for a lightening, brightening, under eye type of concealer, it's a little bit heavy. This really is full coverage. But for setting your eyelid for eyeshadow application, or if you do have pigmentation issues that you need to cover up, it's wonderful. I absolutely love it. The thing that I do not love about it is how fast I go through it. Each of these only contains 0.08 fluid ounces. That's 2.4 milliliters. I go through these so stinking fast. I don't know what to say. Like, I've complained about it before, but if they would just make these bigger, it would be worth it. But if I'm spending $9 on a concealer, that seems pretty reasonable. But if I'm doing it on a monthly basis or more than on a monthly basis, especially if I'm just using this, it quickly becomes a non-affordable solution, and I might as well be buying a higher-end full coverage concealer that costs more but contains more product. So it is what it is. I do like it. I have not repurchased it yet simply because I'm looking at different options that are a little more cost effective in the long term. Moving on to foundation. I have 2 foundations that I finished in the last month. So the first one is my Holy Grail Everyday Medium Coverage Foundation. This is the Perfect Finish Aloe Foundation by MBA Cosmetics. I have it in the shade Natural, and I do have a backup of this that I have not opened yet, but essentially it's a little pump, and as you pump, the bottom will push up, kind of similar to the way that the Maybelline Age Rewind, as you twist it, it pushes the plunger down. It's the same thing in reverse. I think these are really cute because it does get you all of the product that is in here, but this is done now, unfortunately. So I'll have to dig into my backup. Still love it, still think that it is wonderful, especially considering it's like the summer and it's hotter. This is buildable, it's a nice medium coverage, but it isn't heavy, if that makes sense. It really is, it's hydrating and it's not heavy. It's comfortable to wear. I feel like it blends out beautifully whether I'm using, my hands or a brush or a sponge, and I just get this really nice finish. So I would highly recommend it. Once again, MBA, My Beauty Addiction Cosmetics. They are, a smaller brand, an indie brand. They are known more for their glitters than anything else, but please check out their complexion products. They don't have the best shade range, but if you are, tan to light, you'll probably find something that you like, and you can get samples before you purchase a full size if you're interested in trying it out. So highly recommend, definitely will repurchase once I'm done with my backup, and it's sad that it's gone. Okay, and then the last foundation is the Almay Clear Complexion foundation. I like it. I think that it is more the medium to full coverage. I don't think it builds as well, but it does start off a strong medium, and you can get it a little fuller if you need to. Doesn't aggravate my skin. I very much enjoy it. I already have repurchased it. I feel like I'm saying the same thing about everything so far. Like, I like it. It's wonderful. I used it up. I already have more. Yay! So for the sake of making my life just a little bit easier, I will do the one lip product that I have, this itty bitty sample of Buxom's full-on lip polish. So I was lucky enough that when I did my giveaway, one of the winners, Enchanted but Not Amused, had sent back like a thank you package with some samples of her favorite products, and in it was a sample of Buxom's full-on lip polish. I probably had this for like 2 days before I went on Ulta's website and just ordered a full size. Now that I've tried several different brands, different types of lip plumper, I can say this is probably one of the stronger sensations that I've come across, with like the least, I wouldn't say irritating, but the least noticeable being Milani's new lip plumper. So this definitely does a heck of a job of, giving you that tingle, plumping up your lips. But it wasn't something that was terrible or difficult to stand. I definitely liked the results. It wasn't, unnatural or weird, but it definitely had an effect. And these are $20. The full size is $20. That's kind of a lot to spend on a lip gloss, but at the same time, it does work. The shades are pretty, and it isn't as sheer as I would expect it to be. So I'm really glad that I went ahead and purchased the full size. I'm so glad that I got to try this out. This isn't something that I necessarily would have picked up on my own. And yeah, it's gone. This was in the shade Dolly. It is gone now. The one that I purchased is in the shade Mia. It's a little bit more of a corally color, but there are so many different shades. It's amazing. Anyhow, moving on to eyes. So for eyes, I have one mascara, 2 brow products, and 2 liners. We'll start off with the mascara. So this is the Clump Crusher Extensions. I really love the CoverGirl mascaras, and I think that the Clump Crusher and the Clump Crusher Extensions are really, for having a plastic wand, they really make me happy. I think they do a heck of a lot to give you that like length and separation that you're looking for. This has reached the point where it's past its 3 months. It is drying out terribly, so I'm gonna have to let it go. I do believe there's still some product in here, but it's not enough that I'm going to continue to fight with it, especially considering we're past the 3-month mark. And I know it's 3 to 6, but to be on the safe side, I tend to just let them go at 3 months. I do have other mascaras that I want to try, so thank you, CoverGirl, for another wonderful experience with your Clump Crusher formula and wand. Next up, we have brow products. No surprise here, another Nicka brow pencil in the shade Brown. It has reached the point where I physically can't sharpen it anymore. It's too short and it just doesn't. Yeah, it's done. I can't. Like, I even tried to use pliers to hold it. It's done. It's over, and I have to let it go. So, the other one was an experiment. So this is the Ulta Beauty Ultra Slim Brow Pencil. I got this in the shade Medium Brown. I used the bejesus out of it. I can't even, like, there's nothing there. I enjoyed this. It's on par with, like, the NYX brow pencil, micro brow pencil, or Absolute New York has a super skinny type brow pencil. They're all comparable. I feel like this wasn't quite as dry as the NYX version, but it wasn't so creamy that it created an issue or like my brow smearing or anything like that. It worked well. It was good. I haven't to date found any micro style brow pencils that are just so amazing that I can justify like that being the thing I purchase forever the way that I can with the Nicka K one. But I mean, I have another couple that are sitting in my drawers waiting to be tested, so we'll see what happens. Maybe I will find my micro brow soulmate. Next up, we have 2 eyeliners. So the first one was a sample of Urban Decay's 24/7 Glide On Pencil in the shade Perversion. It is similar to the Nicka K brow pencil. It is so short that even trying to like hold it with pliers and twist it, I can't sharpen this anymore. So it's done. I don't hate it, but I can't justify spending that much on a pencil. So what I've found is the Ulta Beauty gel eyeliner pencils are pretty much an exact dupe in terms of formula for this. They are just as creamy, they go on just as smooth, they're just as long wearing, they smudge just as much if you're going for that or if you cry a lot, like at work when no one's around. But yeah, this is good, but if you want a more affordable, a more reasonable option, try out Ulta Beauty's gel eyeliner pencils. It's the same thing, you have to sharpen them, but I would definitely suggest that over this. The shade Blackout from Ulta Beauty is this. It is this for like $8. So, I don't know, take it or leave it, but that is that. Last for liners and my empties is the Cosmetics Illustrative Eyeliner Brush Tip. Once again, I've said this before, I will say it again. If you buy the felt tip and you don't understand why I love this thing so much, you are wrong. You have to get the brush tip. You can't get the felt tip. You have to get the brush tip. Just brush tip. This thing is so good. And it's finally reached the point where it's like dried out and it's like, yeah, I can still kind of get it to work, but it's not as beautiful and black as it once was, and I have to go over it a bunch of times, and it's done. I've had this one, I want to say since like January, so I really should be getting rid of it considering it's like right on my lash line all the time, and it's getting dry anyway, so I love it. I have not repurchased it yet because I'm trying to see what the Epic Ink Liner by NYX is all about. Everyone freaking loves that thing, so I figured rather than spending $15 and having to order specifically from Cosmetics website, I would try ordering the NYX Epic Ink Liner from Ulta Beauty and getting my points, and so far I'm not hating it. It's definitely wonderful. Like I didn't understand that it is to a brush tip, and that's part of the reason it's so amazing. I've only had it about a week, so it might be too soon to tell, but as much as I love this, I might not buy it again as a result of the Epic Ink Liner. But I'm just going to leave that alone for now, and then we are going to move it over to the products that I am done with. I have given up on. They have outlived their usefulness, and I'm not even trying to ban them. Okay, so the first of the 3 things that I have given up on might be controversial. I don't know how people feel about this. I've never necessarily heard about this particular product. I've heard of the brand, but I've never heard about the product specifically. So maybe there's like a cult following, or maybe everyone's going to agree with me that it's kind of useless. It is the Ciate London Fierce Flicks eyeliner pen. It's adorable. It has all these little stars on the packaging, and it's cute, and it's Fierce Flicks is in cursive, and all this stuff. The packaging is beautiful. The packaging is beautiful. However, it is hard. I mean, you have to go over it pretty hard to get it to be black, number one. And number two, and I think the most important thing for me is it's a felt tip pen, and it's not as easy to work with felt tip, especially if you're trying to do anything detailed. Like if I want to do something editorial or graphic liner, or even just a really precise wing, I pretty much need to use some sort of guide, because as good as this product is for a felt tip liner, it still catches on my skin when I don't want it to. It still doesn't go over like shimmer shadows or glitters. I won't say at all, because it does on some, but it's more work than it's worth when I have other options like brush tip liners that get the job done. I have no idea how much this cost. I got it in a subscription. I can't remember whether it was Ipsy or something. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, I don't enjoy using it. I'm not going to use it. And I don't feel comfortable giving a liquid eyeliner away. Just because I feel like even if you sterilize the tip, you can't, you know what I mean? Like you can't make sure that it is truly clean and germ free to give away to someone. So it's going in the trash, unfortunately. And I don't know how much this thing costs. I know Ciate London isn't like a drugstore brand, obviously, but I am not going to use it. I can't give it away. I don't like it. It is what it is. So that was the first thing. Two items are not quite as expensive, and I don't think people would get quite as mad. So the first one, this is an Ulta Beauty eye color stick in the shade Champagne. It came in one of those, spend X number of dollars, get a free however many piece bag set type things. And I thought, okay, I know shadow sticks don't usually work for me, but maybe we'll give it a shot. Well, number one, let's do that again for the folks at home who might have missed it. It's not supposed to do that, so it's broken. It came broken. And then number two, even if I'm holding it very, very carefully, in order to get color to, and I know it's light, and this is probably difficult to see, I have to like dig into my skin to get a layer of color, and then it doesn't blend, it just bunches up. So what I just did to my hand, imagine doing to your eyelids, and you'll understand why this is going in the trash. And then the last thing is the e.l.f. Warm Bronzer. I have had this for like a really long time. I've had it at least a year, and I think that's part of the reason that I'm having issues with it now. So I only really enjoy using the two darker shades, for contour and bronze. My problem with this is, so while the contour and bronzer shades are not shimmery, this highlighting shade is a little bit shimmery, and there's no division between the colors. So if you're trying to pick up a dark contour and your brush accidentally hits that lighter color, or you're trying to do your bronzer and you want a matte bronze, and you understand the point, right? You're going to end up with shimmer someplace that you don't want it, and I don't like that color. So while I loved this, and I think this was actually in my, like, if I could only keep one type thing, tag, whatever, I've reached the point where trying to get those two shades that I really enjoy out is more trouble than it's worth. I do have other contour and bronzer products that I want to get through, and what's even more annoying, especially with this contour shade down here, is it started to just get hard pan. So I was finding every couple of times that I went in to use it, so every couple of days, I was having to like take tape and remove the hard layer. I've had it for a while. I feel like I've gotten my money's worth out of it, and I'm not mad about letting it go. I'm just not. That concludes all my empties and the things that I've given up on. So 10 things that I've finished in the months of June and July, and 3 things that I've decided are I'm just done with them. That is it. So I hope that this was fun and interesting to watch. If you like my face and you enjoy my videos and you want to see more of them, please subscribe to my channel. Of course, I am not the boss of you, so you're gonna do you. Can't make you, but it would make me happy. And hopefully I will see you in the next video. Peace.